Welcome. I am Crimey Queen, and if you are joining us for the first time, it's the channel where we are having fun with words and numbers, numerology to be precise. May I remind you the word fun is 5, and 5 is really a prosperous number. It is the number of it is the number of of man, in the sense of that we are the five-pointed star. Yeah, because it is said the number of man is 6. Now I have done this, the 666 numbers, which we are meant to be petrified of. We are all the numbers in essence, but it's really like I've discovered, it's like having a logo. And so in that sense of a logo, in fact, I found out that the gods of Genesis, in chapter 1, of course, the 9 gods, they left their marks on us. They left their marks on us. So we have 9 circles, visible circles on our bodies. And this is the 7 hair, the top 7 right here. I just had another idea. 9, and of course, if we were to take our breasts, which is external, that would be 9, 10, 11. And if we considered our navel, so that would be like 3 shut circles. So that would be 12. Okay, but I'm thinking about 14, because I have discovered 14 gods. So it'd be interesting for me. I'm just thinking, well, where are the other 2 gods? Where have they hid? Okay, all right. Now, of course, the 12 coincides with the zodiac signs, the 12 hours of the day, the 12 months of the year, and so on. So we can see that when it is said that the Bible is an astrological message or manual, whatever we want to call it, I can see that there are very strong correlations there. Okay, so basically this presentation is following on the number 8, the magic of number 8. So I had just read, which is where I got to in Genesis, and had to go back to Genesis of number 1. I was really about to approach deconstructing Genesis of chapter 1 verse 8, where it says and God called the firmament and oh, what else, to divide the waters or something. It's not dividing the waters. Let's just have a look. Yeah, called the firmament. So and it seemed like that was the first calling that was done. So that I found was very interesting here. That because the word call, he called the firmament. And another thing that I say I have discovered, like the C, the first letter of the word call, meaning which it has its shape like an arch, and also with the numerical value of 3, tells us about what else happens. It really, there is a method, there is a way of really finding the tune and tone of the message that's being conveyed. Oh yes, so there we are. And God called the firmament heaven. So the word called here is telling me God called. That C is telling me about the heaven as if there's an arch. That's what I mean. And he called the firmament. So firmament now is like saying, of course, there's an arch with the F in front of the word firmament. That's the beginning of the word firmament. It's like it's got a face. So it's curved. Now that curve tells me that there's Mother Eve is right there. Mother Eve is right there because she's a serpent. So if you see the F, of course, it's like this. So it's like the serpent is really ready. And of course, there is a demarcation halfway. So there's the essence of the structure of the letters as well. So, and so that coincides with what I'm saying with the firmament. He called the firmament heaven. The word heaven has in it Eve, of course. It's H-E, so, and H-E-A, and we see the A right there, which is very symbolic. Is at the heart of A is at the heart. It's the core of the heart. And heaven, V-E-N. So Eve is right there, and of course it also means even. So in the firmament now, I am getting as if there's also a very prominent image. I'm getting the image about having your north, south, east, and west. It's like the serpent is really saying, I am on all sides, the F. It's like we could see that from our own features because we're created in their image and likeness. So we have the forehead, we have our third eye, we have the two eyes here, and we have the mouth. We could take this a little bit further down as well. Look at our posture. So you have the head, which can bend either way. Then you have the shoulders, your arms can stretch wide, and then you can pitch your feet right on the ground. So you are really the face, meaning you are like you are 4 points right there. And of course, with F having the value of number 6 of 6, we could see how we are 6 in that sense. 4 sixes, 4 points. 4 sixes, 24. We can see how that 2 4 comes back to our 6. So it's just really a letter gives us a lot of information right there. And of course, all the M's in firmament is that it's telling you there's lots of movement. And it has the I and the R, so those movements are going to birth things. They are birthing newness. I said the firmament. No, so I went into the firmament, of course, excuse me. The firmament is in verse 7. So let me just read verse 8. And God called the firmament. Well, yes, the firmament is there. There are 2 firmaments. That's the thing, firmament. Okay. And he called it heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. So the second day. Now, there is another secret that I'm going to really speak about in the Bible. The word day, when in this Bible, also means T-H-E-Y. It also means that there are layers of meanings in the Bible right there. So when you're reading, it's like it's a book of wisdom. And like I got the meaning in one place on wisdom is wit. So that's the play. Now the morning and the evening, we know that the morning, which coincides with what I'm saying, or what I was saying, is that the morning we have the F, we have F like this, but this is the morning. So in this sense, and the evening, the morning is a mountain. It's like saying the mountain, the up, and this. So it's like the morning and the evening, which is Eve there again. So we have heaven with Eve, H-E-A-V-E-N, and we're talking about the magic of number 8. And as I'm wiping off the Psalms, I find that the Psalm number 8, although I can't say that I understand it, but it feels really, really a powerful Psalm. So I do, and as well, because life path number 8 as well, I can relate to. It is a beautiful Psalm, but it also asks or it also gets you to wonder who is really talking and who is really saying what. Again, it is, wow, what I am getting right now, what Mother Eve is saying is that it is other gods appreciating the work of another. It's a God appreciating the work of another. It's like scientists coming together and saying, wow, how are you doing this and how are you managing with that? And that is what it is. So when I utter this psalm myself, it's like I feel I am taking the place, or I am not necessarily taking the place, but I am in a position of a goddess. Okay. So heaven, we see this is a very huge clue right here to let us know the magnitude of Mother Eve. Mother Eve's creativity or presence or significance in our existence. And that is another thing that I'm feeling is so crucial for us to grasp from all of these presentations, is the relationship with our mothers is so crucial. Unless we learn to master the art of that, I don't think we're getting very far at all. And that is why Mother Eve has brought us onto this journey to mend our relationship, or gel our relationship, or infuse it, or promote it, maintain it with our mothers, so we can get the essence of life itself. I'm looking at the word moth, like metamorphosis or moth. Okay. A moth. Okay. So, but it has in it he and her, like father as well. Father has that as well. But not meaning to stray from the point here, I want to make on number 8. So the magic of number 8. The magic of 8. Okay. So we have covered in the first presentation that 8 is eat and set, and a lots of words that we have discovered. Let's see if on this I can get anything of great significance on here. So wow, interesting. Okay. So 8, the magic. In fact, the word magic, if I may remind you, is 6. So we are magic. When we think we are not, we are definitely magic. Magic is 24. I believe it's 24, but it comes to 6. Okay. So EIGHT. Let's see. This is 5 9 5 9 7 8 2. So there we are with 10, and this would be 26. That would mean 31. So basically 31 is 4. Of course, we can see how 8 is like a representation. It's like really saying it is the whole. It's the whole. It's like 4 is, so it gives us 4. It gives us 4. And when we do the numerical value for 4 is 9 3 6 6. So here we have 9, 9, 18, 19, 20, 21. So 4, I thought 4 was 20. Oh, this is 12. 12 and 12, 24. That's correct, 24. So 2 plus 4 is 6. Right. I have a splendid memory. So it's giving us a sense of wholeness in that we were created on the 6th day. So that's one aspect. But it's also giving us another sense. The 31 is giving us a sense of Father equals 21, West equals 21, and green for Earth is 31. Sorry, I said 21. I mean 31. So this is 7, 9, 5, 5, 5. So we see Mother Eve is here. So that's 15, 24. That would be 31. So 31 here. And of course, blue for the blue sky is 13. So there we have 4 plus 4 would be 8. This is the external representation we see there of number 8. Of course, the word knows, N-O-S-E, to know, it's also meaning like know. Now, to know something. Now, that know, I think, is equaled 9 or 6. But however, this is where Mother Eve says, I've given you the spirit of sound mind. So, and sound mind is actually 5. Okay, so 5, this is the what happens, and 6 and 5. So we can see how nose is so balanced there at both ends. It's like Mother Eve, that equals 5 is on both nostrils right here, and then 7 is in the middle to say so, meaning S-O, S-O, right here in the middle. That would be here, and we have the nostrils here. So that's the thing about the words are talking magnitude. So this is really 17, meaning it's God. God is really playing around here. 1 plus 7 is 8. We have done the word for I, which is also 8. Okay, 5 plus 7 plus 5. That's 17 as well. So, yes, so we saw that it's about the firmament. I didn't really want to do the whole word firmament now, but we see heaven is really getting the depiction or getting the essence that Mother Eve is really there in the earth as well. So it's heaven and earth. So, of course, the E, as I say, it's already letting us know that Mother Eve is there. Again, heaven and earth, let's do that. I did that on the other, and that was not with reading that text, because I didn't know that it was, not consciously know it was in the 8th verse. So heaven and the morning and the evening. So we have morning, M-O-R-N. So we have the M-O, morning, and we have I-N-G in there. When we have the I-N, it's more or less telling you that it is morning. It's like, okay, heaven and earth, let's do this. And morning, M-O-R-N-I-N-G, and evening, E-V-E-N-I-N-G. Okay, so I hope you didn't miss much of this. Okay, so there we see we have heaven, as I said, or Eve right here. We also have he here. We can see how he is 13, where 13 meaning like we could say Christ with the disciples ahead at the table. So that would be that he, when they were at the table, they were like in heaven really, of course. So we have EVE here. And the A right there of that really encapsulates the A in the earth. And again, another thing that I like to look at is the middle of the letters. In the word earth, we have the word art, E-R-A-R-T. We have art. This is telling us that there is lots of art. The work of the earth is about art. It is art. We also have it's really moving the shifting the H here, and we have the word heart, which also consists of this art. I have a list of words in other presentations where I have got a list of words from heart and earth. So let's look at A is in the middle of the heart. It's important that we get this. We also see he, and we see her, we see air, we see heat, we see rat, tar, and tear, T-E-A-R, and hair and hat. So these are not things for us to just not pay attention to. It tells us a lot about our makeup and how words, the derivative of words as well. Okay, evening, where we're at now. So we see evening as well, because Eve is right here. And of course, Eve in the evening is denoting the dark, if you like, the dark aspect of the day. So, but is that it's saying she has the ability to move because she can go in. She goes in. Now, there's another thing that's very crucial in the word evening. E-V-E-N-I-N-G. Because Mother Eve is a snake, she is not only going one way in, she goes back and forth. So there is an in here, I-N here, and there is an in here, I-N here, right here. So it's I-N and I-N. And that's where she becomes the beginning and the end. And in the morning, we have the same play. In the morning, M-O-R-N, we have the same play. So, of course, G equals 7. So we see that every time I say this is G7. Okay, so we see how that plays out. It's it tells us where it's like where the 7 ends, but it's going back. It's a cycle here. So the second day was, of course, evening and morning. Is already explaining to us that the 7 is like, as I say, it's the other side of the coin. It's one side of the coin. So we can't see the morning and the evening at the same time. This is the point I am making. So we have two aspects of 7 here. So 7 is the inability to see the whole all at once, right here. So morning, at the end of the morning, that's where the demarcation comes. We have 7. And in the evening, of course, in the morning, this 7 has risen its head up, while the evening is lowered somewhere that we can't see. Vice versa. Okay. So that is on 7, but we were talking about 8. And so we see the evening and the morning with the second day. We see the word set. We know that 8 is God. Set, the word set is God. And we are God. We have seen how we are 4 points. And our north, which we are news, north, south, east, and west. And of course, these in themselves are really telling us that Mother Eve has the ability to turn the N as though it were a Z or a W or a V. These are the flexible letters. The S is really, so basically we could have the M, because we could say the N is the absence of another stroke that we can't see. It depends on how we are looking at it. And 3, E is 3. So basically we can have the 8-petal flower right here. Our W. Another way to put it is that wherever we are faced with a W. We are faced, when we say your W, the letter W really means that there is your W. Okay, and so when you go to the north, you have your W, and the east, your W, the south, your W, and the west, your W. And of course, Mother Eve is curled inside, observing our movement. So, yes. Oh, one thing as well, that I said the I, let the I, EYE equals 8, but also because we are given the spirit of sound mind, it's important to acknowledge the letter I. That's something that took me a while to observe. The letter I is really H turned another way. And H really has the numerical value of 8. And it has the numerical value of 8, but we see when it's like this, we look at it because it's ready to birth. It's like the I is birthing there, and this is where we have that 9. So as I have seen this is how it's 9. So it's the chain of 8 is broken. Otherwise it would be like this, which would be an 8. Okay, that's 8 giving birth. Right. I really don't see much more on 8 right now. There is a lot, in a sense, because I see a lot of it in the stories of Abraham and Moses. But however, I think we have enough just to see the magic of 8. And the magic of 8, of course, is that it is set. It is, if you want to set something, you set 8 in. Okay, I need not say more. Thank you for watching and joining us. If you like this presentation, please click the like or thumbs up, and I would love that to just be encouraged to know that you are understanding or sharing the sentiment of what is going on here, and that there is an awakening happening. We are planting new seeds. It is said that nothing, everything has been. Of course, there is the word has, as in it, meaning that it is just the ladder that goes up and down. Everything has been. So as I say, it's always the ladder or the I, but it has, it's as. This is present. So basically we are raising awareness, and that will hopefully get us to be able to make informed choices, and that would serve us and all concerned. Thank you. Namaste, and spill over with love.